The spark in the city. The city of Oakhaven was not known for its silence. It was a place of screeching subway brakes, shouting vendors, and the constant, low-humming bass of traffic. But the moment Lisa walked into the Lumiere Gallery opening that rainy Tuesday, the noise of the world seemed to vacuum into a sudden, deafening quiet for Terry. Terry was standing by a modernist sculpture, feigning interest in the twisted metal, but his mind was elsewhere. He was tired of the social circuit, tired of the empty conversations. Then, the heavy glass doors swung open, and Lisa entered, shaking rain from a charcoal umbrella. This was the moment of initial recognition. It wasn't that they had met before, they hadn't. It was a recognition of the soul, a distinct, terrifying sensation that Terry was looking at a part of himself he hadn't realized was missing. Lisa looked up, her eyes scanning the crowd, and locked onto Terry immediately. It was as if an invisible tether had been pulled taut between them across the crowded room. Lisa began to move through the crowd. She didn't walk, she gravitated. As Lisa drew closer, Terry felt his body betray him in the most wonderful way. His breath hitched. A pounding heart battered against his ribs, a rhythmic thud so loud he was sure the woman standing next to him could hear it. Thump. 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 It was the sound of a dormant engine roaring to life. I don't think the artist intended for people to look so serious while viewing this piece, Lisa said as she arrived next to Terry. Her voice was warm, confident, and sounded like home. Terry turned to face her, and the reaction was instantaneous. He felt the stomach flutters, not just butterflies, but a full, swooping sensation, like the drop of a roller coaster or an elevator descending too fast. It was a nervous, excited sickness that made his hands tremble slightly as he reached out. "I'm Terry," he managed to say. "And I'm not serious, I'm just distracted. I'm Lisa." Lisa extended her hand. The moment their skin connected, the metaphor became literal. Electricity. It wasn't a subtle spark, it was a jolt that ran up Terry's arm and settled at the base of his neck, raising the hairs there. Lisa's eyes widened slightly, mirroring the shock. She didn't pull her hand away. Instead, she held on a fraction of a second longer than was socially necessary, testing the current, verifying that the voltage was real. "Did you feel that?" Lisa whispered, the rest of the gallery fading into a blur of color and white noise. "Yes," Terry breathed. That handshake was the beginning of the city's favorite love story. They didn't leave each other's side that night. They left the gallery together, walking through the rain-slick streets of Oakhaven, talking until the sun turned the skyline from black to gold. Their courtship was a whirlwind that the city watched with delight. They were spotted laughing over coffee in the trendy district, holding hands in the park during the autumn chill, and stealing kisses in the back of taxicabs. They became the couple everyone wanted to be, syncopated, radiant, and undeniably connected. 2 years later, the pounding heart returned. It was Mark S., as he knelt on one knee in the center of the very gallery where they had met. The stomach flutters were shared by everyone in the room as Lisa said yes, through tears of joy. The wedding was the event of the season, a celebration not just of a union, but of the rare, lightning-strike luck of finding the one person whose frequency matches your own. They built a life in the heart of the city that brought them together. The initial pounding calmed into a steady, comforting rhythm, and the frantic flutters settled into a deep, warm contentment. But the electricity? That never faded. Even decades later, when they were gray and moving a little slower, all it took was a touch of the hand to remind them of the spark that started it all. They were Lisa and Terry. Ideally matched, perfectly loved, and living happily ever after.